morning, beloveds. I got a Foster in the lap. Okay, it's an odd morning. I set my alarm back a little bit because yesterday was Pack Down Day at the Renaissance Festival. But we were done by just after 9, and I left by 9:30. Actually, I think I left at 9:20. And so I was home at a reasonable time. But I decided it's been a long season. I'm going to go ahead and just give myself that. So I didn't get up. I didn't go for a walk. I didn't go get that face full of sun, although I will shortly because it's a beautiful day out there. It looks cold though. The phone is telling me it's 53 degrees. Instead, I got up, took a shower, took a little extra time. And yeah, so all right, it is November 29th. We're almost finished with November. Our title is I have dominion. Our quote is ponder the path of thy feet and let all thy ways be established. And that is Proverbs 4:26. I know that there is a God power at the center of every person's being. A power that knows neither lack, limitation, nor fear, sickness, disquiet, nor imperfection. But out of my personal experience comes the negative suggestions which arise from the race consciousness. If I permit them to, they act as a mesmeric or hypnotic power over my imagination. They bring up arguments from every person's experience declaring that impoverishment and pain must necessarily accomplish every person in their experience through life. But I know that there is a presence, a power, and a law within me, irresistibly drawing everything into my experience, which makes life worthwhile. I know that friendship, love, riches, health, harmony, and happiness are mine. I know that nothing but good can go out from me. Therefore, the good that I receive is but the completion of a circle, the fulfillment of my desire for all. So I refuse to judge according to appearances, either mental or physical, no matter what the thought says or what the appearance seems to be. Today, I acknowledge the presence and the power of the living spirit, and I invite it to lead me into pathways of peace, of health, of happiness, and wholeness. I permit the divine spirit to lead me into the Garden of Eden, for I know that in this garden there grows a fruit of peace and joy and happiness. And I know that the river that waters this garden flows from the heart of eternal love. As I bathe in this river of life, I permit everything to be washed away that does not belong to the kingdom of good. There is always a higher power. Upon this power I rely with absolute confidence that it will never fail me. I have dominion over all apparent evil, which is merely a belief I no longer indulge in. I repudiate all its claims, cast out every fear accompanying the belief in it, and continuously exercise the dominion which rightfully belongs to me. Alrighty then. Wow. And it's one of those that I'm stunned into silence, which is a good thing. I mean, it's one of those where it says what it means. And this is what I've really enjoyed about November, is because November has been just straight up treatments. Straight up treatments. Okay. It's not philosophy. It's like, okay, these are words that we can absolutely use in our sacred time, in our spiritual practices. These are words that resonate with the life that we are creating. Not trying to create, but creating. And we are creating them by accepting these mindsets. Saying, yes, there is joy, there is happiness, there is creativity, and I'm a part of it. And it flows through me. And when I listen to that small, still voice, then I'm guided into pathways that are full of it. And this is something that I want for everyone, because the more peace and joy and happiness and creativity that everybody else has, the more that's available for me. It's not pie. Well, it is pie. It's just math pi. 3.14 to infinity. So the more happiness there is, happiness doesn't take away from anybody else. It includes and grows. And so yeah, that's what November has been. It's been really good. It's been really good. So the title is I Have Dominion. And the Proverbs is ponder the path of thy feet and let thy ways be established. What habits do you have? What habits do you have? Do you need to create new habits? Or are the habits you have working for you? I know that there is a God power at the center of every person's being, a power that knows neither lack, limitation, fear, disquiet, or imperfection. Okay? Spirit doesn't know that. But our experiences do have those. Because we either have experienced them ourselves or we know people that have. And so, but my personal experiences come out of the negative suggestions which arise from the race consciousness. If I permit them to, they act as a mesmeric or a hypnotic power over my imagination. Well, everybody else is. So, of course I'm going to have this issue. That's genetics. When I tell people my genetic history, sometimes most people will say, oh my God, well, what are you going to do about that? And, well, have you prepared? You're going to have these problems. And other people are like, well, don't claim that. Don't claim that. They bring up arguments that from every person's experience declaring that impoverishment and pain must necessarily accompany every person in his experience through life. Okay? We're working on tipping the balance. We're working on tipping the balance in that we don't have to have these experiences. And so the more of us who believe that no one has to have these experiences, then, gradually we can eliminate them. Gradually we can eliminate them. And we can also take, the advice of the medical establishment, because that's God too. But I know that there is a presence, a power, and a law within me, irresistibly drawing everything into my experience, which makes life worthwhile. So that's where we're talking about the guidance. We're listening for the guidance. I know that friendship, love, riches, health, harmony, happiness are mine. Okay? I'm claiming that. I know that nothing but good can go out from me. Therefore, wait, I just lost my place. Therefore, the good that I receive is but a completion of a circle, of fulfillment, of my desire for all. Okay? So all the things that I want for everybody, because when everybody's happy, it just gets better and better and better. So I want everybody to have rich experiences. I want everybody to be healthy and happy, and, because then the life just works better that way. So I refuse to judge according to appearances, either mental or physical, no matter what the thought says or what the appearance seems to be. And there it is. It's like, don't judge by appearances. And don't judge by conditions, because the conditions, while we are experiencing them, are real to us. They're not real to God. God knows us perfect. God knows us whole. God knows us healthy. So those conditions that we are, and I would never tell you not to say that you're not, because we all have those experiences. But God doesn't know those experiences, so we go back to God's idea of us, and we heal faster. Today, I acknowledge the presence and the power of the living Spirit, and I invite it to lead me into pathways of peace, of health, of happiness, and wholeness. I permit the divine Spirit to lead me into the Garden of Eden, for I know that in this garden grows a fruit of peace and joy and happiness. So I permit, I accept, I invite Spirit, because Spirit can only do for me what it can do through me, and it can only do for me when I ask. Because asking signals my willingness, signals my readiness to do this. I know that the river that waters this garden flows from the heart of eternal love. As I bathe in this river of life, I permit everything to be washed away that does not belong to the kingdom of good. You want to talk about releasing? There you go. And that's one of the reasons why bathing is a good releasing ritual. Go get in that shower and let the water wash away everything. Wash away all of the negative experiences you've had, all of the stuff that you just don't want to keep. Like, imagine releasing it while you are showering and watching it wash down the drain. And what you are left with is sparkling clean and you. There is always a higher power. Upon this word, I rely with absolute confidence that it will never fail me. I have dominion over all apparent evils, which is merely a belief that I no longer indulge in. I like that it's okay. You know what? Evil has no power in and of it. It's not a power in and of itself. It is a mistaken use of a power that we have. It is a belief that we don't believe in anymore. It's like, okay, you know what? That one doesn't serve me anymore. I'm going to let it go. I no longer indulge in it. I repudiate all its claims, cast out every fear accompanying that belief, because I've let the belief go, so now I don't need the fears, and continuously exercise the dominion which rightfully belongs to me. All right, so I had it, the mission for today. Well, there's a couple. One of them being, so the mission today, should we choose to accept it, is to refuse to judge according to appearances, either mental or physical. To see things, I want to tell you to see things as they actually are, but I also want you to see them with a heart of love. So it's like, use your, that's where we talk about the balance between the head and the heart. The balance between the head and the heart, because you want to see things as they are, but you also want to see them with love, with kindness, with compassion, which is why the next thing I always encourage you to do is to do something loving, kind, and compassionate for yourself. Because when we see things as they are, when we see the conditions, then we can take steps to help, support, fix, whatever our role in that is. So, but we don't want to judge, which is why I want you to look with a heart full of love. You never walk into a sick person's room and tell them that they're not sick. What you do is you walk into the room and tell them that God loves them and that God has a perfect idea of them and that God is working with them to get there. So that's how you look with your head and your heart. You see the truth behind the condition. And that is my cat doing the exorcist sneeze in the background. So, Sugar, you okay, baby? All right. So I'm going to, as I said, I'm going to encourage you to do something loving for yourself, do something kind for yourself, do something compassionate for yourself, whatever that looks like. One of the suggestions being go take a shower and wash everything away that you don't need. Just mentally let it go. Feel it wash off you. Let it wash down the drain. Take a long shower, take a short shower, whatever you need. I'm suggesting a shower, not a bath, because you don't want to soak in it. If you're releasing stuff, you don't want to soak in it. Watch it wash down the drain. All right, beloveds. I also encourage you to engage your mind and your body, to get a face full of sun, drink plenty of water, and whatever else you do, open the windows of your soul. Allow the breath of heaven to remind you do live in heaven, right here, right now. It's all around you. It's always all around us. It's up to us to look for the good and praise it. Because the more good we look for, the more good we see, the more good we see, the more good there is. It has this way of multiplying. So go and look for the happiness. Create the happiness. Accept the happiness. All right. The Knoxville book study is back on, is still going. So that's what's tonight. If you want the link to that, please. I think they're still doing Can We Talk to God? I don't think they've moved on yet, which is fantastic. But so if you're interested in that, email info@creativelife.org. That'll get you the Zoom link. It could also get you on the mailing list so you know what's going on when I don't. And Reverend David should be on around 5 p.m. with you. I'll be back with you at 9 a.m. And do what you need to do to have a wonderful day, an amazing day, a fantastic day, a stunning day, an enchanting day, a good day. And if that is too much pressure, simply have a day. But whatever else you know that you are a beloved child of God in whom God is well pleased, always and forever. It is our state of grace. All right, beloveds, catch us on the socials, Creative Life Spiritual Center, or I'm the running Rev Ryan. So take care of yourself, know that you're loved, and I'll see you next time.